Elevate your mind with SJC.
Welcome to Elevate by SJC. What up, Tony?
What up, Sam?
Hey!
I
I ain't like that. I want to try one more
what?
time. We are blessed. We are highly favored. We need to try that one more time because elevation requires separation. So we're going to try that again, all right?
Okay. Come on.
All right. Hey! Yo!
I
All right. We here, baby. We here. This is episode 5. We are ready. We ready to kick it off. We got some of the most popular people in the world. They need more money. Could they teach these badass kids out here? But that's okay. Hey, no, really. We got some very, very educated women out here that, they should be paid more because whew,
for sure.
not my ministry. But so we're gonna bring them on. We're gonna bring them on in just a second. Tony, I want to make sure you straight today. How was your day before we get started?
It's been a busy day, but I'm good. How was your day?
It was busy.
Hardly, but go ahead.
Running errands for you, but it was busy. But
I
it's
mean,
good. I'm blessed. I'm here. Just continue to elevate the world. Kirsten did the whole video. It got about 600 views. People
that's
loving it.
lovely.
Yeah. So I'm doing pretty great. I know people in the background, they like, I'm ready to come on. This boy, he don't hurry up.
I know they probably like if you don't click this button and do some introductions.
I
First
will.
up,
I will. First up, drum roll all the way from Texas to Alabama to Georgia. We about to start it off. I'm about to bring on Teacher Ra. What up? What up, Miss Teacher Ra? How you doing?
hi.
Next up, we got somebody from the Alabama, Miss Kolecia. What up? What up? What up?
Hi.
We got the old Georgia. What up, Teacher Jessica? How you doing?
Hey, good people.
Hello.
Y'all ain't dry now. Okay. I appreciate it. How y'all doing this evening?
You doing all right?
I'm good.
Oh, nervous. Teachers Union of Alabama, Georgia, and Texas. But anyway, we appreciate you guys coming on today. Black.
Do you want to give them a minute to introduce themselves?
I was going to do that, baby, but sure.
Oh,
So we're gonna start. We're gonna start
edit
with
it out.
Ra. How you doing? Introduce yourself, Miss Ra. You go ahead and kick it off.
Hey y'all, my name is Rhanice. A lot of the kids call me Teacher Ra. This is my 6th year teaching. I teach the little ones, so the kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade age level. And I love teaching. It's my passion. It's the only job that I've ever had.
Amen. Because so ain't my ministry. Amen. Hallelujah. Miss Kolecia, go ahead now.
Hey y'all, I am Kolecia. I have been teaching 4th grade for 11 years. I taught kindergarten for 1 year. The littles are not my thing. So I'm more into the intermediate age level. I love what I do actually. It's we are definitely underpaid, but it's a calling and I love it.
Amen. Jessica, what's up? Go ahead.
What's up? My name is Jessica, and I'm a school counselor in an elementary school, and I'm responsible for 1st grade, 3rd grade, and 5th grade. But right now, I have all grades. We're gonna talk about that later.
Hey, Jessica, I remember when you were little playing with pots and pans, boy. You done grew up, boy. Ooh.
I remember in the summers watching y'all play.
Ooh, pots and I remember like yesterday. I'm on.
Child.
Anyway, what's going on with our segment? Well, once again, I appreciate you guys. I want y'all to sit back, relax, enjoy the show. We are very appreciative of, Black women in education, teaching our kids to the future. It's going to be a very special show, man. So I'm excited. But before we get started, Miss Tony, go ahead. We're doing our Exit 30 segment sponsored by Hot, Wicks, and Scent. Stay hot, baby.
Stay hot.
Stay hot. Okay. Stay hot. Anyway, talking about COVID today. Y'all talking about COVID-19 coronavirus. Like, how's it been? Miss Tony, with your mic over there.
I couldn't hear. I'm sorry. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulty.
Can you hear now?
Yeah, barely. But go ahead.
Girl,
I can hear.
it's always something. Come on now.
I mean, if you okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, babe, I'm sorry. Look, anyway, about coronavirus. How y'all feel about coronavirus? Like, I know it's been around since March. Now it's what, October, and it's still around. Like, how you have you guys been living in it, and like how have you had to make adjustments in your life?
Well, I personally feel attacked by COVID. I feel like COVID came on the scene and robbed me of a lot of dear celebrations that we could have had this year. I feel like it has messed with my work life. We don't have a great relationship at all.
Like, did you have to cancel any trips or anything, or have you been able to see your parents since COVID, or like things?
So I still see my parents. I still travel, with safety being number one concern. But I haven't been able to see my grandfather at all. He's 98 and he's in a nursing home. So it's personal,
What's up, Uncle Bish? We see you. My man is still walking the streets, baby. The Williams Gibbert, baby. That's what's up. So, Kolecia, Rhanice, talk to me. How's it been affecting your life?
Well, personally, on the with the onset, it was just straight isolation. Like, I really felt kind of detached from the world, from people. And then it went from that to, okay, you're going back to school. And I was kind of like, forced to be back around people again. So it was different. I mean, even in that short amount of time, it was different going from being around like a set amount of people and then back to, random people.
The whole world.
Yeah. It was definitely an adjustment for me. Like, it's been an adjustment. It's still an adjustment for me.
Cool. Ron, what about you? How's it been treating you?
Yeah, I agree with her. I'm in Texas all by myself, so I have no family, nobody here. So it's been extremely hard for me. I know I went to Walgreens and printed off more pictures of my family and posted them, around the house, because that's really, as close as I felt to my family. And I got my grandma an iPad so we could FaceTime. So it was more just like getting my family hooked on, this is what it is now. Like, we have to get hip on technology, because I don't know how long this COVID is going to last, but it's hard. And now working at a school, they're saying, well, if you travel out of the state, you have to quarantine for 14 days when you come back. And that's with no pay. So now it's like, I don't even know if I can go home for the holidays. So it's been hard. It's been long and rough, but hopefully it's coming to an end.
Somebody told me you might have some special guests coming. So hold on, sister. Hold on.
How has it been for you since you're asking the questions?
Oh, me? Shit, I'm living life, man.
I know. I was waiting on you to say it.
Hey, I'm living life. I ain't gonna lie, for real. When it first started, I was like, stay in the house every day. We would go to the grocery store, we'd come home. T-ball got canceled, and then dance got canceled, and then slowly but surely, everything was coming back. But I probably went one or two places. But look, how I feel about this, the whole thing is here. You gotta live. You only live once. And I know that's bad, but I'll take my precaution. I wear my mask everywhere I go, despite some other people. We ain't gonna talk about their name, but wear my mask everywhere, and
who are you talking about? You better clear that up, clarify that, because he ain't talking about me.
I ain't talking about you.
It sounded real shady. It sounded real. Look at all them knives. It sounded real shady, because I'm with the hand sanitizer. Like, everybody, give me your hands.
Girl, you ain't started doing what I told you to do. Come on, let's not even play that now.
Get your life together, okay?
If y'all need some of that Clorox, y'all need some of that. What's that spray called?
Microban.
Yeah.
Deborah Crawford, hit her up, baby. She got a storage full. But look, no, for real, I just been living life.
Your mom and my mom have been on the same wavelength with this older baby.
I just got invited to a damn private group. I don't know private group. I'm good. But no, I just been living life. I mean, you gotta get back to normal. I mean, COVID's gonna be here. Coronavirus gonna be here for years. It is a change though. I had to go to somewhere today, and we're just sitting around. Everybody had to have a mask on. It's crazy because I'm like, dang. This is what life really is now. Football games, they're not packed anymore. Basketball games, we go to Kirsten soccer game, we have to have a mask on. So it's like a total different change. But I'm getting used to it. I mean, it is what it is, you know.
I think what's the most scary part is that we in our generation especially have not experienced any type of plague or anything like that or whatever. And technology is so advanced that we got the information as soon as it hit. Whereas like back when they had the Spanish flu and stuff like that, like it had to take an effect, right? But with that being said, we should have been more precautious as a nation, you know, as far as like what was happening around us. You would think that would have happened, but with all that, with all the advances in technology,
these restaurants, I'm like, we should have already been using some of these precautions.
Yeah, we reactive, man.
Yes,
like, reactive. And
you definitely have to be proactive instead. Yeah,
and then being black, you know, it's affecting African Americans more than any race out there. So I think that's like another hurdle that we have to deal with. Besides race, now we got old Rona. I mean, what else can do? But I think you gotta live life and, you know, live with precautions. And like I don't believe in that vaccine. You know, I trust the old Almighty. He ain't never led me astray.
Oh, don't do that.
Don't do what?
Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Give a disclaimer. Give a disclaimer.
What's the disclaimer?
I don't know. It should be some type of legal disclaimer. Don't be saying you don't believe in something. You might be hindering somebody's life.
Well,
they gonna say, "Oh, Sam, SJC told me don't elevate with no vaccine."
Elevate with your vaccine, amen. The God I serve. I don't need no
vaccine for me.
My belief, you know.
Give a disclaimer, though. I feel you 100%, but give a disclaimer.
So, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, I mean, but I think at the end of the day we have to get back to, you know, life, but we still at the end of the day live with precaution, right? At the end of the day, because you only have one life to live. So I think that's very important, especially being in the classroom. So, you know, let's get to it. This is exciting.
But hold on. Let me ask this before we get to it. I'm sorry because we gotta go off coronavirus. So I know everybody has had like being in virtual, like me, like I've been a teacher since March, and I'm just like, I mean,
man,
I commend y'all. Get your life together, okay? Like for real.
Okay, baby.
Like I just wanted to take a moment out to say to the educators, I couldn't do y'all's job. Okay, so I definitely want to say I appreciate y'all. I appreciate her current teacher so much right now because it really is kind of like on autopilot with them at this point. But child, last March, I really gave up. It was like once they, you know, kind of eased up on the restrictions or whatever. Right. With their schoolwork, I was like, child, just do something, okay?
Yeah,
do something every day. So I definitely appreciate y'all.
Like I do too, no lie. Like all play aside, like you know, educators like y'all need it. I just like you said, log into the computer every day, make sure this work turned in. You got 40 students on the screen at one time, and got to make sure they pay attention. I'm like, oh no, I can't.
Gotta make sure ain't nothing inappropriate going on in the background, like these videos I've been seeing.
I'm like, oh, that one that mom in the background, but nigga, but no, for real though, like I appreciate it because I'm like, man, them kids be all talking. I'm like, class over. All y'all get it. I'll let you
that is real life. I know we've seen these things that are going viral, but that is real life.
Yeah. Look, did y'all see the video though? Look, I'm like, the mama just walking in the room like that. That's crazy, boy. Like, come on, bro. And that's and all the kids in the bed. I'm like, bro, for real, sleep. Y'all ain't gonna.
How do you even deal with that? Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I set parameters. Like I started out the year remote, and I'm like, listen, screen on. Find a learning space, whether it be your bedroom, the table. I can't lay down in the bed, so neither can you. Yeah.
Do y'all still teach virtual? Like, talk to me about. Do y'all have kids virtual, or they're all back at the school now, or what?
My system has some that are virtual still, and they have the option. They had the option to come back to the building. So they originally. The cutoff was starting the new semester or the new 9 weeks, but they gave them an option to come back sooner because it just wasn't working out for certain. It's not for everybody.
Right. That's true.
And so certain teachers started off only remote, and now I had my first week back to traditional last week. So this is going on week 2 for me coming back. I was one of the teachers that was brought back to the classroom, and I can say I missed nothing compares to being in the room, in face to face with your students. The virtual, it's not ideal, and especially not ideal for elementary. So I'm happy. I'm happy to be back in the building with my kids.
What about you, Ron? Like, are y'all still in the classroom? Like, how are y'all doing in Texas?
Yeah, so our parents had an option too. They did it for every 6 weeks. So our kids came back on Friday. So this is really our first full week. But only had 6 out of 20 kids come back. So that's not bad. But I'm still teaching those kids online at the same time I'm teaching those kids work in person. So it's double the work, same pay.
Need to be double the pay. That's crazy.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm going to stick the podcast.
I wish we were like you, who had a teacher who was doing face-to-face and a teacher who was doing virtual.
Right.
It's difficult to balance.
Cool.
Yeah, we're in the same boat. They gave the option, and we're about 50-50. Half is virtual and half is face-to-face. And like you said, teachers, well, it sounds like you guys don't have an option, but in our system, grade levels have the option of keeping them concurrent, like at the same time, or separating and team teaching, where you may take one group and then switch. And so I've seen it both ways. As it refers to my job, I meet kids in person and on Zoom, and we have our counseling sessions. But it's hard because in counseling, you have to be very confidential. And it's hard. You never know who's in the room, who's hearing what. So it gets very tricky with being virtual.
Well, hopefully it'll change. Well, hopefully it'll change soon. Well, go ahead, Tony. I see you.
I was just agreeing. Y'all good?
Yeah, I ain't trying to be no teacher because, Lord, like I said,
we know that's not your ministry.
I was a student back then, boy. That was bad as hell back then. Man, shout out to Miss Oglesby. I think it was her name. I ain't remember all other teachers now. That was bad. I'm going to call your mom. I'm going to call your daddy. I can't think of her name right now, but shout out Miss Matthews and one of them teachers. But no, for real. Shout out to you guys. Like, well, let me ask, I know you're not really 100% in the classroom right now, right? But think back last year or the year before or whatever. Like, how does it feel being an African American teacher? Like, do you think it's like separate, from other teaching, or like you're in a different bracket? Like, how does it feel?
That's a good question. Personally, I feel like it's somewhat of a different bracket, depending on where you are. I think location might play a part.
Right.
I'm in a place where there are not a whole lot of teachers that look like me. So there are some kids that don't get to experience having a teacher that looks like them. So I see kids that may not be in my room, but they connect with me and they just come and love on me and want to be in my presence, even though they're not in my class. So I do think there's something to be said about, being an African American teacher with the situation that there's not a lot of, out in the field. So
I love that you do that, Kolecia, because just personally, like Kirsten, she went from having she went from being in I can't even think, daycare, right? And she was surrounded by all Black teachers, and then she went into the school system for pre-K and then kindergarten and now first grade. They didn't have a Black teacher in any of those grades, but guess what? It's a second grade teacher that is Black, and every time we go to the school, she pinpoints Kirsten out, and it's like, it's one more year until I, can have my hand on you. So I love that you do that.
Yeah, and she been known that the teacher been known Kirsten since what, kindergarten?
Pre-K, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, how you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you still know Kirsten? You know what I'm saying? And she's like, I can't wait, like one more year. So it's crazy, like how they changed the peripheral. What about you?
I'm sorry, but I was going to say, I think it gives them like a sense of security to see somebody that they can relate to.
Yeah, for sure.
That's true.
For sure.
I was going to say, and it's crazy because my school is the exact opposite. Everybody's Black at that school. Male and female. We have a few male teachers as well. Most of them are like the PE coaches or like health and science or, in that field, not actual classroom teachers. But I'm not saying that they're not classroom teachers, but they're more like the, we call them lamps. so like the special teachers.
Mhm.
But it's so interesting because Black people, we can read body language. So especially today, like we were walking down the hall and somebody gave me that look, and I'm like, girl, I know what I wanted for you. Like I already know. So it's nice, but my students are special to me. I've had the same kids since kindergarten, and I have been looping with them. So I was their kindergarten teacher, I was their first grade teacher, and now I'm their second grade teacher. So the bond that I have with my students is extremely tight, and the bond that I have with my parents is even tighter, closer, which is nice because I know they have my back through anything. Like they'll support me and my decisions on what I make for their child to the 100%. So with that being said, it's awesome being a Black teacher because I know my students love me and they look forward to like learning something new every day, or they're like, oh, I remember in kindergarten we did this, so I know we're going to do something even cooler in first grade, and now we're going to do something even better in second grade. So just seeing them excited to learn every day, it motivates me, and it's that extra drive because we're tired when we come to work. But also some of my parents are super young and this is their first child. So they're like, hey, this is my precious jewel. I've had you as their teacher for 3 years now. Like, I expect you to continue protecting my child, giving them a solid foundation that they need. So it's been a very interesting, I guess, past 3 years for me. So this transition to COVID hasn't been as bad because I already knew my students. But Black History Month, we tear it up at that school. We tear it up. We got the drum line, we got the dancers. We tear it up. It's all month. Every single Wednesday, we have a whole performance. So it's nice. Like, it's dope working with Black teachers, but at the same time, I think it would be cool if we had like some kind of multicultural fairs, learn different cultures as well, because it's all black, Afro, Wakanda. Right. That's all we do.
Wakanda forever. Hey, I don't know, Jessica, you about to say anything, but I do want to say one thing that I thought about when I was in school. One thing, I don't know if you guys experienced this, but something I would have done differently, and I know my parents can speak to this. I feel like sometimes I took advantage of my Black teachers because they were Black. Like, oh, we cool. You gonna pass me anyway. You want to see a Black boy graduate. You ain't finna hold me back. I'm gonna act up, act silly in class. So I'm not sure if you guys experienced that, but that's one thing, like growing up now, like being the age I am, it's like, dang, why put so much pressure on them versus the other classroom? I didn't give them a hard time because they weren't finna play that. You know what I'm saying? Of course, my Black teachers didn't play that, right? But at the same time, I took advantage of that because I'm like, you gonna pass me. You ain't gonna fail me because you want to see another Black boy graduate. So that's just kind of, crazy. That something I wish I would have changed. So I'm not sure if you guys experience that on a daily basis with you guys, kids.
You was bad, Sam. Because my teachers,
bad as hell.
I was going to say, because the teachers up here that I had, they weren't here trying to hear that. They was giving me a look and they was calling my mama. Like, I
was bad.
I was harder on him, or that I treated him differently because he was.
Yep.
And I think, maybe subconsciously he thought that he was supposed to get some type of that special privilege that you're speaking of. I'm like, no. Maybe, but I'm sorry.
I would say it has been a little bit different for me because I do come from a school where they see a lot of different representation, right, in our building. Mm-hmm. But it has been different because they don't necessarily see a lot of Black therapists and counselors. So having and building that trust, like, it's okay to talk to someone. It's okay to be angry. Let's talk.
Counselor Jessica. Yeah. You're probably the first Black counselor I've ever seen in my life. I ain't even gonna lie. Dead serious.
Same for me. Growing up, I had, people having impact on my post-secondary plans that didn't really know me and my culture and what that meant. They probably didn't know what an HBCU was, but I'm an HBCU graduate. So I think
A&M, you. Okay, I'm sorry.
We're coming off the homecoming. That's it.
Yeah, I know, homecoming. Our virtual homecoming to my what's they call it? Gifts coming or whatever they called it yesterday. Yeah. Anyway, but now look, I do have a question though. I'm sorry, Tony. I like to ask my question on top of my head. But look,
you're fine.
When I was in school, probably from I'm very getting older, so I can't remember that much. But probably from 9th grade, probably to 12th. I probably encountered one. Okay, I'm doing my math now. One, maybe two in a. Y'all know how I play spades. In a possible 4 if I need to. Probably like 3. I probably had 3 or 4 like
Confirm.
Yeah. I got about 3 confirmed, but like almost. I probably had 4 male teachers, right? And they either probably was a basketball coach or the football coach. And I probably, no lie, I was reading this book, and I'm gonna show you guys in a minute. No lie, like y'all probably gonna laugh at me. I did not have my first black male teacher. Now I had a PE coach, a black male teacher until I got to college. So do y'all? I don't know. I'm not saying y'all science or y'all study these things, but why is that we have a lack of male teachers? Plus, we have the lack of black male teachers in the school system.
That is a question I have pondered on, and I feel like it is still relevant. Like, I'm still seeing our black male teachers being assigned to discipline or being assigned to the harder subjects like social studies. Not saying that English is hard. I mean, not hard, but more of those male dominant subjects, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I want to hear from y'all. What y'all think?
I wonder, are African American males like going into the field? And because I actually have male counterparts, but only one that's black. So I'm just wondering, like, are they going into the field?
When I went to college, I'm sorry, Rhanice. I know you about to go ahead, Rhanice. I'll come back and answer.
No, I was gonna say I've seen quite a few male teachers at the college level. I don't really see them at like the elementary level, but the college level, yeah. So I was wondering if there could be some kind of like bridge program where those college professors either mentor, students who were on the elementary, middle school, junior high level, or if they provide some kind of like STEM academy, some kind of after school program so that representation is there. But I see them, here in Houston, I see them, but more at the universities.
It may just be location too, because I know, so since I'm a native of Huntsville, my high school had a lot of black male student teachers coming from A&M. Right. So I've seen a lot of student teachers come and work in the system. They were I had a lot of black teachers though too, which is kind of, I don't know. I went to predominantly white school though, but I still had black teachers. But they were usually in history though, and sport, in like those shop and stuff like that, but I don't know. So maybe it's a disbursement, like what happens after they matriculate and get their degree. Are they going into the field, or are they just saying, I got this 4-year degree, now I'm using it towards something else, right?
I need some black male teachers on here. Ninye, get up. Look, Ninye, I'm going to tag you on this. Chris. I'm going to get Chris on here because he's like the only.
It's a band director at a high school. 3, my husband.
Oh, yeah. He's a band director. You know what? We gonna have a black male teacher podcast. All right,
you need to do that.
I have a reference in mind, and thinking of like the ones I do know. I think one thing I can say, if you are like in physical education, it's really hard. The turnover rate is not, it's really hard to get a job if you're like say physical ed. So I have known teachers who, well, one in particular who needs to be in the classroom, but the system. Like, it's just really hard to get a job because people, once they get it, they're there until
mentors. I know it's big for 3, even to find a mentor, someone that has done it before that can pass down, tricks and language of how to get things accomplished. It's hard. He doesn't have any. I can find a lot of people that are, female African-American teachers that I can talk to and converse with, but it's a little bit different, for.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy because, like, I know I had a black PE coach. Well, he was a football coach and the basketball coach in 6th grade, Coach Hayes. That's it. You know what I'm saying? When I went to A&M, every woman I know was early childhood education. We in the education building, so. But I never met a male. I don't know why. Most males I know was like engineer guys and business major things of that sort, but it was never like a black male for early childhood education. I'm not sure why. That's a question we need to like post because I really want to know. Like you said, Jessica, usually they're either like in a discipline, like either they're like a assistant principal or or they can be like the assistant coach and they're like over health and science, like the easiest thing, right? So that's a question I want to pose. But we want to have a Black Male Podcast Summit. I already got the list ready. Y'all know, you make sure y'all tag them because we need that. Because honestly, I forgot about Jessica's husband. I forgot about that. Forgot about old Ninye. We gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy though. But, so I think the other thing. Well, I'm sorry. I'll take over. Go ahead, Tony. My bad, baby.
No, I'm listening. I'm
Daddy
into the
you.
conversation.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm just listening. Go ahead. I done lost track of where we was at. I was into the conversation.
So what made y'all want to be a teacher? Did you want to be something else before being a teacher, or you always had a passion to be a teacher for kids? Because Tony said it what episode 1? Your ministry.
It ain't your ministry.
Look,
listen,
I love my child.
And only my child. That's what I'm gonna say. Because I y'all no lie. Last year we used to go volunteer at the school. And at first, initially, I started doing it or whatever. But then when she started calling me a bunch, I started saying, "Sam, you need to go volunteer on Friday."
So I went one time.
You must have been good.
The girl said, Little girl said, you don't do it that way. I said, girl, where your mom at? Who you talking to? That ain't my mission. I'm telling you. No. Say what? What'd you say, Jessica?
Dads and donuts at the school.
I did a Christmas one with a girl. The little girl was bossy to my son. You don't do it. I said, excuse you? Where your mom at? Little girl don't play with nobody. You better go on now. I'm gonna get kissed on you. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, what made y'all want to be a teacher? Because I can't. I'm telling you, like, I can't do that mess, man. Like, it's not my ministry. I will hang a TV. I will move your couch. I will do a podcast. I can tell you about cable, all that. That's not me. So, like, what made you guys become a teacher?
Okay.
Educator.
Educator. I'm sorry.
So when I was in middle school, so I've been in Catholic school my entire life, and part of like I guess in order to graduate, you have to do community service hours. And so I always did community service hours at like some kind of after school program or Girls Inc. or Boys and Girls Club. I'm a product of Girls Inc. So I loved going there to volunteer, but just different daycares around, the little area that I went to school at. And they always had me working with the little kids. And I was like in 5th grade working with some 2nd graders, but still I loved it. And from then on, like, I just knew that's what I was going to do. And a lot of my other classmates, they volunteered at like the Humane Society or different dentist offices and stuff like that, because that's what interests them. But I wasn't into teeth. Teeth gross me out. So when my kids lose a tooth, I say, okay, just put it in your backpack. I don't even want to see it. Don't put it in a Ziploc baggie. Just put it in your backpack. I don't animals are cool, but I'm not like an animal lover like that where I just want to pet everyone's animal. I can't do that. Kids is where my heart is. And I just love seeing that light bulb go off in their head, or seeing them be able to explain, their thinking to another student, because I truly believe that students learn best from their peers. So that's really what just captured my heart, those little moments and those cute little messages that they write you when you're feeling down and stuff like that. It's a tough job. I'm not going to lie. It's an extremely tough job, but I absolutely love it.
I remember the first time you met Kirsten, y'all like, dang, y'all clashing. You like, let's do this. I'm like, leave her alone. No, she's okay. No, hey, that's not me. But go ahead, Kolecia. Just like, what made you guys become like a teacher?
I'll go for this. I never thought about doing anything else. Like, never. When I was little, my grandmother she's a retired 4th grade teacher. But when I was still like in the younger grade, she had just retired. And she gave me like her old grade books and extra like workbooks. So when I would go outside and play school with my dogs, I had a grade book. I had made up my book that looked like when I saw my teachers have whatever. And like, I love to play school. I would come home and play school like for hours and hours and hours. I have lots of educators in my family, and I think I just looked up to them. And I know that sounds cliche, but that is truly how I fell in love with it. And I never thought about do it. As I like say, oh, I want to quit.
So cute.
Like as you can see, I've been doing it for 11 years and I haven't stopped yet.
Dang.
I mean, it's just something special. It's hard. Like she said, it's a very hard job. It's not for the faint of heart at all. But it's something about it, of course, it just keeps me going back every year. And I say, I'm going to do something else. Well, no, really, I'm just going to go back and be a teacher again.
So I did not have these experiences that y'all listen, my undergrad is in biology. I was going to be a nurse. You can tell me I was.
Hey, you switched it up, didn't you?
I did. But I was fresh out of college, didn't have a job lined up, and someone called me on my phone and was like, listen, I'm not sure if you got anything lined up, but we have this college advising job at this high school. I was like, okay, bet, because I don't have nothing else, so sign me up what I need to do. And so I went to the school and ended up being a college advisor for high school seniors.
Oh, I remember that.
You remember? And
girl, you old, girl. No, I got to go ahead.
I'm creeping up there. I was helping them apply to college, first generation students, first in their family to even achieve, a high school diploma. And so having those conversations, I noticed that it was a lot deeper than them just not being able to go to college. There's a lot more barriers that are in the way. So we're having deep conversations. I'm like, dang, I really need to do something that I can help these kids, even help them process what they're going through. So I went and got a professional counseling degree, and I interned in the elementary level, which I love because in the high school level, I feel like you're doing more paperwork and make sure everybody had the right credits to be able to go to secondary, whatever.
Don't get out of there.
Right. But in the elementary, I can educate, I can build some vocabulary words and emotion words because they just know happy, sad, mad. No, we need to be more resilient. Or your value, you're worthy. And just explaining it is awesome to be able to do that on an elementary level.
Well, amen to y'all stories. Go ahead, Tony.
It's interesting that all of you guys are on like the elementary level because I'm like, I want somebody that is not going to have an accident on themselves.
Call
give me a high
your
school
mama.
student all day.
I ain't changing your drawers, baby. Call your mama.
Listen, we send them to the clinic. I'm like, you did what? Okay, girl, here go the pass.
Oh, that's crazy, man. But look, like I said, we appreciate you guys, teachers.
For sure.
Amen. Kirsten, she need a teacher, so I'm not just playing. But no, y'all do a great job, man. Like I said, hopefully when I become president, we'll get y'all that good old 6-figure pay raise. We're gonna switch it up a little bit, get y'all a little relax, chill, chill out a little bit with our Say It With Your Chest segment, sponsored by Pretty Perfect Printing. Get your shirts, baby. Get your hoodies. Elevation requires separation.
Mine.
Holla at me if you want a shirt. But so, it's a little new segment that I thought, I'm like, you know what? We have long days all the time. We have long conversations. Just get it off your chest, something that bothers you today. So I'm going to start. If y'all got something to add to it, that's cool.
Please don't be petty when you start because I really feel like it's going to be on me and I'm going to have to go in. So don't be on me today. Okay.
I'm not. This is crazy. Let me tell you about people. People were like, hey, can I get a shirt? I'm like, yeah, I get a shirt. And they were like, okay, I need an extra large. I'm like, okay, cool. We're gonna get it made. I'm like, what's your cash app at though? Like they'll ask for they'll ask like, hey, I want this shirt. You order by 10 shirts, and they still ain't cash app. You see what I'm saying? Like, I need my money up front. Not when I deliver, I need my money up front. You don't go to Nike, you don't go to Old Navy, you don't go to other stores, you don't go to McDonald's and then pay 5 days later, you pay on time. So yeah, please, y'all, come on, support, pay up front, right? I'm gonna have my website up soon. So I just want to get it off my chest because that bothers me all the time. Like, dang, okay, I'm sorry, but that was on my chest. Go ahead, Tony. My bad.
I'll let somebody else go.
Don't be scared. Come on, Kolecia. Come on, Rod. Come on, Jessica. Don't be scared.
I have one.
Okay.
So today is World Teachers Day for anybody who didn't know. Marble Cream Slab or whatever they're called, that ice cream place, they have free teachers free ice cream for teachers. So I don't know what time it is, but if you're on here and you're listening, go ahead, get your free ice cream. So I don't understand why people work in a restaurant or some kind of facility that serves some kind of food or produce or whatever it is, and they don't wear gloves. So the lady was scooping my ice cream and then she didn't have on her gloves.
A dirty fingernail.
I felt some type of way because, I mean, that scooper is not super long. So, like, you kind of touching the ice cream when you're scooping it. And, you know, it's frozen, so you got to kind of put a little umph in it. She also didn't have a hairnet on. But I'm like, all right, chill. Like, I wanted to ask, y'all ran out of gloves because of COVID? But I was like, I'm not going to say nothing. It's free. Chill. So she goes, she gets my spoon, puts in the cup, whatever, cool. So I'm walking out and it's free, no money, no nothing. So I walk out, I take a scoop of my ice cream, I eat it, and I'm like, oh, this is good. I got mango peach ice cream. Took another scoop, pulled it out. It's blonde hair in my
Nope.
Now
I bet you won't say their name though, cut.
She already said the name.
Oh,
I thought about going back in and saying something like, excuse me, 1, can you put on gloves? 2, can you put on a hairnet? And 3, can I get another free ice cream? But I was like, you know, it's free, so I'm just gonna throw it away. But I mean, that made me really upset. I was so excited to get this ice cream, and it was hair in my ice cream.
I'm one of those people that I be like taking everything apart and be looking at it like,
let me tell y'all about Tony.
I'm the worst.
Have you started. Let me tell y'all about her. She will be like, look, first of all, I'm sorry, baby, because you started it. Look, I'm like, babe, what you want to eat tonight? She was like, we'll go to a game. I'm like, look, you know we're not cooking tonight, right? Right? Okay,
is it we're not cooking? Oh, I got my penny.
I'm sorry.
Thing.
Okay. You're not cooking, right? Baby?
I'm not cooking.
So, baby, the game starts now. It's going to take you 8 years to decide what you want to eat at. So make sure at 8 o'clock when we leave, you know what you want to eat. We'll be driving down the road. Guess what? I said, baby, what you want? I don't know. Can we drive a little farther? No, we can't drive farther. But you had 10 hours, bro.
I just
look,
whatever.
And then she would pick up the whole sandwich or whatever it is. It could be not whatever it is. She's like,
They ain't do something right.
I ain't eat with them again. Every time we go somewhere, she's like, you see how she did? Oh, we ain't, I ain't getting enough ice cubes in there. We ain't eating with her. So everybody, never go out to eat with Tony, okay? Because I'm telling you, she gonna make a reason that you don't want to eat with her no more.
No, okay, that's not true. I don't act crazy like that because I know people are over your food. I worked in that industry before, but I just won't eat the food.
Man, shout out to Grace Media Photography. Get your pictures, get them pictures. We about to get them pictures done, baby. Professional. Keep it black. Keep it black. Okay, I'm sorry. Kolecia, Justin, you got anything to add to get it off your chest?
I do. I hate ordering things, and it's not what you thought it was gonna be. So I ordered a little ring light, trying to elevate, like you say.
Trying to what? Look, you know what I'm talking about. My bad. See, I gotta get caught real quick. Every episode, somebody say elevate. My bad. Go ahead, elevate.
And I just knew this ring light was gonna be tall, coming from the floor up. They was like, did you not read the description? I was like, well, actually, I did. I didn't realize y'all were measuring from this all the way there. I thought it was just this little part. And so it's a little small table ring light here. And I thought it was going to be so much larger.
Amazon? Was it Amazon?
Actually, Marketplace. But it was like Amazon sellers or Wish sellers, because, Wish do the same thing.
Child, we bought some hanging plants. No lie, I thought that they were gonna be big. Them plants came just like this. Tulip plants.
It's her fault. Look.
It came in a box that was probably like this big. It was like, that's not it. It's something else.
Damn plants, they inflatable. Look, you better check those dimensions next time you check out for real. Look, that little box was about this small. I'm like, boy, this must be a plant that's gonna pop out. So, I'm sorry, Jessica.
I want to taste that lady so fast. I was like, am I missing a piece?
It'd be like that.
When that screenshot of that description, I was like,
oh. You going to return it or you going to keep it?
I'm going to keep it.
Look, Kolecia, what about you? What you got to get off your chest today?
I struggle with this point because I don't miss an opportunity to be petty or to say what I need to say in the moment. So, but as we were sitting here talking, something did like strike me. And not even people like have on a mask, but they have it down like here, and it's not covering their nose. Well, I just want to go over and just pull the mask up on their face. So why do you even have one on if you're gonna wear it from the mouth down, your nose out? You know,
Look,
like if you do that, like please stop.
Look, I think this dude. We was in the store. I ain't gonna say their name. Dude was like, "Oh, you know, enter it was. I think it was me and Kirsten." Lady said, "Excuse me, sir. Where's your mask? I don't need to wear no mask. What law it is? I'm not wearing no damn mask in the store." I'm like, "Oh, damn, bro, it ain't that bad. Come on, calm down. Like, yo, it be deep out here. Hey, that's why I want to stay home because folks want to act crazy." But yeah, make sure y'all every day get something off your chest, man, because you know life is already hard as it is. So we're gonna start doing that. Say it with your chest. Anyway, we want to get back into it. The segment about education system, just the different things that go on, and you know, being a product of the education system. Now, you know, my child being there. Question I do have, like, what do you guys see like that? Like, for instance, technology. How is the technology in you guys' school? Like, I know I see like advanced systems. They have like laptops. Now, please keep in mind right now, I think every kid almost have a laptop or iPad because of COVID. But like on a regular basis, like I see some kids have laptops. I'm like, dang, y'all doing it already? All we had was paper back then, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the books are on the tablets now. Like, what is the thing that can change in the school system, like technology wise?
I would say the status of the school. Like I work in a Title I school, so yeah, everyone may have a computer in their home, but everybody may not have internet. So now I got to look at how I'm gonna provide hotspots to you guys to be able to get on Zoom or even have someone in the home. You know, a lot of my families are Spanish speaking, so even having someone to help them and then be able to communicate with the teacher, it's a lot that plays into that.
What's a Title I school for the people that don't know what Title I is?
Yeah, a Title I school is, and y'all might need to help me with this as a second-year counselor, but it's basically like being funded from the government, and it's about how much money you get, and we calculate that number based off of how many people are on free reduced lunch. So somewhere in that ballpark. It's kind of how you
look. Let me stop playing. I didn't know what that was till you said it, girl.
That's why he asked the question.
Now I know. Hey, I know what Title I is now, baby, because I sure didn't know. Amen. What y'all on here for? But what about you, Kolecia? Like, what do you think that needs to change, like technology-wise, in the school system?
Well, being the system I'm with, we've been one-to-one for. When I say one-to-one, that means every student has a device.
I already knew that too. I knew that.
Just making sure, because acronyms and lingo and everything like I know, so I just want to make sure. But we've been one-to-one for a while, and it was getting to the point where we were using like technology for everything. So we are in a very situation right now. So we were upgrading our devices. They sold, you know, and all the good stuff. Well, then they're on back order. So right now there's no technology. Well, we had some for the students that are remote, right? They have an iPad. So as they're coming back, there are no iPads in the classroom right now until we get those in. So we went from log into this and do that, or to we don't have that. So it's gonna go back to the basic situation, and it's not so bad. Like we can live without it. You know, I know we're preparing them for jobs and for the world. You know, out the technology's everywhere, but nothing replaces us, a teacher. So it hasn't really been that stressful without the technology. I thought it would be. It's definitely convenient. You know, like I said, if I want to have them log in to a different program for like maybe an intervention or a supplemental, help for something. But without not having it, like I'm still making it,
What's up?
But I hope we have it by the end of the month because I'm ready.
Trying hard. What about you, Rob?
Yeah, we're a one-to-one campus as well. So all of our students have devices, which is nice. Most of them have those new iPads. The downside of it is an iPad has a keyboard on it, but it's like a touch keyboard. So, which is in the same place as a regular keyboard, but we're trying to get those students, ready for the real world. So typing and stuff like that. And it's easier for them to touch and type or they do the talk to text because it's an iPad rather than actually find the letters when typing. So it's really just, trying to get them into the swing of things and understand that we have these extra, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? We have these extra little gadgets and things that we can use, but let's try to use the keyboard so we can understand or try and figure out where the letters are. That's really the only hiccup we have, but more so on the teacher side, it's harder because it's more applications and programs that we need to become familiar with. So we have, I guess, great quality programs that we're sharing with our students on a day-to-day basis. But overall, it's not too bad. It was interesting in the beginning, but now we're getting the hang of things.
Cool. Tony, you got anything to add? You go quiet, girl.
I just wish that with like the technology that some stuff, especially, I can only speak from having a first grader, right? I noticed some skills that she is not picking up, right? Like in writing, her handwriting. And so I have to go through and be like, well, she knows capitalization, but she doesn't know that a capital letter and a lowercase letter does not need to be at the same height. Just like little stuff like that or whatever. So I have to go back through and say, well, this needs to go up to this line and this goes to this line. But if you got a T, it needs to go up to that line in the middle. And then she pecks on the keyboard and I'm like, where's the home row? Like, so it's just like a lot of stuff. But I try to teach her, right? Because I want her to know, I try to teach her to take the pressure off of the actual teacher. But I'm just imagine if she's doing that, then that teacher I know her teacher has 32 kids virtually. So like, how do you even, I don't know. Y'all some soldiers to me. That's all I gotta say.
I think too, also we have to know that it's gonna be some learning gaps. It's gonna be when they eventually come back into the building, it's gonna be a lot of even emotional gaps and learning gaps to this.
You know what's crazy about that though? Like I just think about it like this. I just think broad. So let's say it's this student, right? Okay, disclaimer. I'm just making this up. Let's say you have this student, right? Like before COVID, right? They weren't passing anything. All of a sudden, they got all A's. Like, how do you handle it when they go back in the class and they about to graduate? Like, hold on, how did you know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder how they gonna handle that. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro, you weren't getting all A's. Like, I ain't trying to hold nobody back, but like, you went from being a C student to like you about to be valedictorian. Like, come on. So I guess like, how they gonna handle that?
I think we call it out. I've done that with attendance, right? You never came to school and now you log on for 5 minutes and you tell them to press it and it's still an issue. You still not on the whole time. So I still have those conversations where, okay, before this has been a problem, a chronic problem, year after year, you don't come to school.
Right.
So we're still building those skills, but at some point, especially more in the March era of last school year, grace has been the word of the year. And I know you ladies have heard that so much of this is a pandemic. It's a stressful, if a senior, we just need you to do something. Then we're providing grace at that point. But it's a little bit more.
I think I could have been valedictorian back then. I didn't have COVID back in 2000.
It's a little bit more stricter this year, though. Yeah.
I think a lot of parents signed on for the virtual option thinking that it would be kind of like the March situation. Yeah. Which we made it clear that it's not. But then coming into it, they are saying like, oh, this is serious. Like there's accountability here. You can, you can fail, and it's caused them to want to come back to the building.
Oh, I know a lot of, I'm not gonna call no names, but I know a lot of situations where they like yo is going back, okay? Because you're just not signing into one of these classes. I done heard about kids getting truancy letters, parents getting truancy letters and stuff like that.
I had one who we started, on a certain date and reaching out. Every way we possibly could. So I think they haven't even saw us and hung up the phone keep dodging us.
Like y'all some bill collectors. That's crazy.
Yes.
That is hilarious.
And so when those short letters went out, it was like, hey, what can I do to get on? I need the password. I need this and that. When you saw the word, police or whatever, court, then you want to walk on, So,
it hits a little different.
Yeah, it is different when you get in the letter saying you got a court date.
Y'all know y'all need to pass all these students now. Come on, it's a pandemic now. Go pass all these kids and leave them alone.
We give true grades.
So what now?
We give true grades. We don't give any, A just for putting your name on a paper. You get an actual grade now. March, it was a whole different story. Now,
Yeah. We still have grades, but not so much.
Boy, if I was, that's crazy. That's crazy. But let me ask, what are some of the things that you guys like, not just during this time, but just overall as a teacher? Like, what are some of the roadblocks that you experienced being a teacher, or counselor, or what's some of the roadblocks y'all experienced, like personal roadblocks?
I think for me was taking my certification. I'm not that person that does great on standardized tests, so I had to take it more than one time. But I got what I needed, and I'm still, it's a testimony now. But it may be somebody out there that's listening that is going through that process, and I'm gonna tell y'all, don't give up. Keep studying, even if you have to create a schedule. Make it happen, and even if you have to prioritize, this is where I want to be, this is my calling, you got to put in the work. So
it's my calling. Amen. Okay, Jessica, testimony.
That's so crazy, Jessica, because mine is the exact same. So since I'm not from Texas, when I moved I was certified to teach in Nebraska, but when I moved to Texas, I had to take Texas certification tests. And Texas, they do everything so confusing. So I had to take a Texas state history test. I knew nothing about the state of Texas. So I'm here reading about the Alamo and stuff. And we hear those things.
A test about Texas history.
Texas state history. The Battle of the Alamo and all that stuff. And I'm like, I don't know any of this stuff. It took me a few times to.
That's crazy.
It did. I actually had to study everything about Texas. And now I love teaching social studies. I mean, y'all gonna pass whatever test y'all get with social studies, because it took me quite a few times to take that test. So mine was the exact same thing.
Co?
I was like, as far as personal roadblocks, at this point, I've been blessed to kind of follow my trajectory on where I'm going. I want to say, if anything right now, a challenge would be is motivating myself to go back to school to further my education, personally. But when you originally, I need to elevate. It's not.
Hold on. Oh, okay. Elevate.
Elevate. But when you originally asked that question, I kind of thought about roadblocks, as it relates to the classroom or me teaching. So I have one of those. If I can, I won't take over.
Go ahead, guys. I'm so
allow me to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sometimes one roadblock, in the actual classroom setting, when the parent and say teacher is not on the same page. And I was listening to teacher, is it teacher Rock? Mm-hmm. Right? Rock, teacher Rock. You loop with your students, so your they know you, and y'all have that rapport established. But sometimes that's not always the case. Misunderstandings. Right now, I think everyone's on high, just nerves and just emotions and stuff. And there's these expectations, and teachers need grace as well right now. So we have to give grace, but we need that same grace.
That was going to be my question. What can we as parents do to make it easier for you guys to teach?
And I one thing.
Be careful what you say, because I am a parent. No, just go ahead.
Sometimes just parenting, as parents get younger, I think parenting, it doesn't look quite the same as it did when we were growing up. I see a lot of the kids telling their parents what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. Or they know they can, pitch a fit and holler and do whatever, and they'll get their way. And then they come to, school, and with me, it's not happening. I've had parents say, like, threaten their kid with me. I'm going to call your teacher.
Look, hey, hold on. Can I say one thing? Hey, I'm sorry. Let me tell you something. I'll never forget. I'm sorry. I gotta break it. I'm sorry.
You better talk about this little boy.
No, I'm talking about me. I mean, look, I'll never forget. I had got in trouble at school, right? I was in, 6th, 7th grade. So, I was like, dang, I ain't gonna tell my daddy, because my daddy get that fireman belt, right? And I was scared as his ass. So I'm walking, so I got, have my instrument. I play the saxophone, right? Okay, anyway, so play the saxophone. My bus came at 3:45. After school detention ended at 3:45. So if I just run, because I see other folks make it to the bus, we good. Man, tell me that damn bus came early that day. I'm like, damn, I ain't tell nobody. So I'm like, man, I had to walk home, right? Whatever the longest walk. So I'm walking home like, man, Sam, just tell your parents that you missed the bus. And they were like, oh, okay. I'm walking. Man, why this man pulled up? This white man, he like, Crawford. Oh, shit. He said, what you doing? I said, man, I missed the bus. It was my daddy fire partner. Took me home. So I think what ended up happening was, I think I got a letter or something sent to me, and it felt like my pocket. My daddy found out. Woo! He got that fireman belt and tore my ass up. You hear me? So the times has changed. Like, that's crazy, because back then, be disobedient all you want. They're gonna tell you what. But now kids, they talk about their parents. It's like I don't know if because the parents got younger or what it is. It's just like,
no, that's not it, because we done seen some situations where them parents are older than us and they act a fool on
that's
it.
True.
So
true.
No, yeah, because I done seen one little boy just give the teacher the business 2 years in a row. So
true.
Or sometimes the parents just believe whatever the kid, comes home and tells. And they don't always tell the whole story or even the truth. And then you get these emails with no punctuation. They're going in, and I'm like, hold on.
Look at Jessica.
Your child tell you that, And so then it's the whole, game kind of changed. Like, oh, well, I didn't get that part of the story of why little Johnny had to sit out, or why little Johnny couldn't do this or that. So
I got bad by 6th grade. That's crazy. I'm sorry, Daddy.
I'm sorry, Mama. Tell the parents that are watching this show.
Reshare this to all the parents now. Reshare. Okay.
Yes, parents, listen up. Check your emails. Attend parent conferences. I don't want to hear you say you didn't know, because these teachers are communicating with you guys. They have the receipts. So do us a favor and check your emails. Communicate with your teachers. Keep an open communication so that you're not caught off guard when little Johnny acts up in class, and this has been an ongoing problem.
Bad as hell. I said Johnny.
Right? Similar to that too. I think it's difficult for us as teachers to teach virtually and make sure the children on the screen are doing what they're supposed to do. Like, we can only do so much through the screen, but at the end of the day, it's the parent's responsibility to make sure their child is completing whatever it is that they need.
Tony.
Yes, I'm the teacher. Yes, I'm in control during the school day. But if they're not completing X, Y, and Z, even though I stated X, Y, and Z needs to be done, I'm sorry. Now it's a missing assignment. You have until 4:00 on Friday to get it done. So parents, now the policy report. And it really helps y'all out in the end, because if you're waiting to do all these missing assignments at the end of the semester or quarter or whatever it is, you're going to be stressed as a parent, whooping your child because they have 18 missing assignments, when if you just checked on them daily or weekly to make sure they had everything turned in, then it's less stress on you at the end.
So do y'all have more leniency? Because I guess I just never thought about that, because she do her work every day. But do y'all have like it needs to be done by the end of the week type situation because of COVID, or
our same day, ain't it?
Well, I'm assuming I ain't never turned in anything not the same day, because it's so simple. It's simple. She's doing stuff that doesn't require more than like 10 or 15 minutes to complete the stuff she got to turn in, right? So
We kind of made the decision on our own, like I say our team, because we had some parents that their work situation didn't really like allow for them. So we sent out a survey like, when is your child working? We know we're Zooming, but when are they doing work, independently? And so some parents who were off on the weekends, we did give that option, like the assignments were due like at the end of the week, being like that Saturday or Sunday for some teachers.
Gotcha.
I think they knew that the max amount of hours spent would be anywhere from 2 to 3 hours a day. So let that pile up, like she was saying, comes, Friday or Saturday, whenever you don't do your work, you have
a lot, yeah.
Times 5, up to 15 hours, and I'm not available, so to help you in that moment, I'll get back to you, but I'm not necessarily available, to work with you at Saturday at 2:00 if that's when you're working. So we encouraged end of the day, but if you need that extra time, we did give that grace.
We have something called Intervention Fridays where they do their work Monday through Thursday, and then Friday is a day for you to catch up, or maybe for the teacher to reteach something that you didn't catch throughout the week. So,
that's smart. That's smart. I haven't heard anybody doing that.
It has its pros and cons.
We did like that too. Fridays were like where we would assign like the special area subjects and then get caught up on stuff.
Well, listen, Kirsten taking tests on Friday.
Every Friday.
And I never understood that. I've always
taking tests on Friday.
That I give tests on Thursdays because Fridays. I mean, think about it. If it's a long weekend, Fridays are automatically, a day off school. Or parents, I feel like, always make doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, always on Friday. Kids leave early. Then me as a teacher, I have to find another time to schedule time for you to retake your test. So for me, Thursdays are the test days. That way, if Friday you're not there, I'm not trying to figure out another time to schedule the test. I never understood why teachers do that on Fridays.
It was like that for me.
For the week anyway. Why would you do that to them on a Friday? Go hard Monday through Wednesday. Test on Thursday.
It was like that when I was going. It was like that for me now. But yeah, she always have tests on Friday. I'm like, man, that's the last day of the week. Man, I'm trying to do a doggone test. Let's play video games. Let's play with your dogs.
Y'all, I remember growing up doing spelling tests, and I had to wait all week.
Wait the Friday.
That's exactly what
that's why I failed. That's why I failed right there. Teacher, it's your fault. You actually did it on Wednesday. I would have paid attention because on Friday I'm ready to go to the club anyway, so I ain't studying you. No, but for real, hey, one question. I don't know if Tony have another one, but I think I have one last question before I get to our last closing segment. What is like some of you guys? I don't know if y'all want to share. Y'all secretive. How Trump be with his secret plan. But what are some of you guys like future endeavors like in the teaching industry or just period? Like, what are some of you guys like future movements?
That was my last question.
Damn, I'm good.
What's next? That was my.
Let's do it, y'all. What's next? Okay.
What's next?
I'm interested, or I want to. I'm not really into the whole administration thing. A lot of people, classroom and admin. I have more of an interest in like the curriculum side of things. So hopefully, my next step will be somewhere in that thing, like best practice, professional development for teachers, like that type of thing, not necessarily administration. I thought that's what I wanted to do, but as time rolls on and I see more, I don't know if that's not for me. So
you be writing school books, textbooks.
I like them floating shells. I'm off subject. I like them floating shells. Go ahead.
Units, we have to make those things and we have to know our standards and do it. So I feel like if I wanted to do that, I definitely could.
Side note, y'all remember back in the day at the Alabama A&M where the English teachers would write. Listen, they would write a new language book. A new book every year. You would have to get a new book. Like they were actually writing the books. So every year a new one came out, and we would be like, "What?"
And stop doing that to them kids.
Yeah, they used to write a new book every year.
I like them floating shells. Them dope. I had to get me something like that. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jessica. Like, what's in your future? Tell us what's in your future.
All right. So I see more schooling in my future, trying to elevate.
Hold on. You're trying to what?
Elevate.
Okay.
I'm trying to use that word a lot lately, just because of you. You know, even with my conversations with my coworkers and stuff, you gotta elevate.
Make sure you tag your coworkers, okay? Make sure they subscribe. Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna do that in. Go ahead.
So definitely more schooling, like an EDS. I don't know about PhD level yet, but why not? You know, it's out there for us. It's more representation in these higher degrees, but also, you know, making signs. And
Oh yeah, where mine at? Cuz? What's up, bro? Where's mine at, bro? I'm trying to.
I can't wait to get our sign.
Invoice.
What?
It's signs, making signs.
I gotta see that money. I'm sorry. I just talked about Black folk earlier, talking about paying later. I'm sorry. I gotta send your money, daughter. My bad. Correction.
Not you.
I did say it earlier. My bad. That don't apply to me, okay?
No, it don't. And not at all. But yeah, just you know, growing my business has been self-care really with this pandemic.
Self-care Sunday. You're not the only person that said this. Self-care Sunday.
He been doing that off of Insecure ever since. Like, I remember when it came on, he rewinded like 3 times. I was like, Sam, what are you doing? He was like, you don't hear this Self-Care Sunday? I'm like, people have been saying that forever. Like, what? That's like a theme. Like, people do that.
Yeah,
Issa Rae didn't create it.
A self-care quote on my business page every Sunday. So yeah, it's big. It speaks to who I am as a person and a counselor. It's just, you know, that
Counselor Jessica.
Important.
I remember Milledgeville, Georgia. Now you done grew up. Amen. Came a long way, girl. Rhanice, what's in your future?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I'm just asking God to order my steps wherever
order my steps in your word, dear Lord. Lead me. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rhanice. I'm gonna interrupt. Go ahead.
That's all. I mean, I honestly, truly don't know where the future will take me. I don't know what I want to do next, but I'm just asking God to just order my steps.
Order my steps in your word.
And he got
please order my steps in your You know, family baby playing that. Okay, I'm sorry. That's what's up. We appreciate you guys. We got this last segment. I did want to say something, but in my future, I want to make this announcement because I'm gonna hold myself accountable. I told Antoinette this. I'm sorry, Tony. So, I acted up in college. You know, I got to college. I was a wild thing. Stopped going. Got a good job, and you know, I'm gonna go back to school, man. Next fall, I'm gonna go and finish it up. And my future teacher, your ass better pass me, okay? Because I got about 2 years left and I don't have time. And I'm doing virtual because the classroom ain't for me, baby. Anyway, but I want to make that announcement to hold myself accountable. I'm going back next fall 2021. SJC is going back to school, baby. I'm going to do a tour. Okay.
Oh, Lord. You going to do a college tour?
We're going to do that, though. Yeah, that's gonna be dope. Dope HBCU tour. That's gonna be dope. Anyway, we appreciate you guys, man. Y'all been a blessing to our show. Make sure y'all retweet, repost, reshare, tag. Y'all see what my daughter said on Facebook. Y'all do all that. But on our last segment, closing segment, any corrections before I get into my little loop? But the correction I got, there are no badass kids. Okay, I was playing. There's no bad kids. They're all great kids. They're a blessing from God. I really mean that. Tony, you got any corrections? Anything?
No, I think you did good tonight. You didn't give out no fake news.
Oh, really?
I mean, you did good tonight. You did good.
Anyway, the closing segment is sponsored by Crawford Footstep. Even to your old age, I am he, and even to gray hairs, I will carry you. I have made, and I will bear. Even I will carry you and will deliver you. Crawford Footsteps. Make sure y'all donate to that. That's a big thing for us. Trying to get these young, educated Black males to the HBCUs. More information coming about Crawford Footsteps later. This is information out to you guys. Make sure y'all take the survey, give feedback to the show, what you'll like to see. One of the survey questionnaires or one of the responses I got back is questions. Do you have any questions for SJC to ask during the show, in the show? Make sure you send it in. Birthdays. Make sure you tell us. We got some special birthdays.
Oh, give a shout out. Jessica's birthday tomorrow.
How old you turning?
I will be 28.
Okay.
Same of my age, you know.
Okay.
Comes with
20.
wisdom.
What you gonna do tomorrow? Go to work?
I am gonna go to work.
Amen. You need that
It's paying the bills, but we gonna eat, you know, as well and celebrate. It's just me and my husband, but we'll make it do what it
That's
do.
what's up. Shout out to Shirley Hawthorne. She turned 21 on the what?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Shout out to Shirley. Any other birthdays y'all know? Anybody y'all want to shout out for birthday?
Your mama.
Man,
Oh, she got shot. She got shot out
every show. She's okay. Okay, Mama. Happy late birthday on October the 2nd. You turned 21, baby. Hallelujah.
Yes.
If you have any birthday shout outs, make sure you email elevatebysjc@gmail.com. Also, we got some great episodes coming up. Battle of the HBCU. It's going to be dope.
That's going to be good.
I'm trying to get 10 people on here. Me and Tony, even though we went to A&M, we're going to be on here, but we're not going to count
We ain't
ourselves.
going to be biased, yeah.
We're not going to be biased. We need you to email us, or you can send me a message on Elevate by SJC on Facebook. It's going to be a dope podcast. Also, we got
come with all the shenanigans.
Yes, we're going to turn
all
it up.
the HBCU shenanigans.
All of them. Jackson State, A&M, ASU, TSU, Tuskegee, Clark. AS. Anyway, who else we got out there? We got Tuskegee, we got Clark Atlanta, we got Miles,
Tennessee State,
in all of them. So make sure y'all email me. We'll do a vetting session, but it's gonna be dope. Also, if you're a couple, a newlywed couple, Jessica, okay. Oh, newlywed couple, we going through the thing. We're gonna have a counselor on here very soon to not give you counsel, but just tips and tricks of me and Tony, we almost there. Surprise coming soon. But a couple.
It's not a surprise if you say surprise coming soon. Like,
let me tell you something. You don't know what dates, so really don't matter. So leave me alone. Okay?
I gotta make sure that my nails always done. I gotta make sure that I'm a little bit snatched every time I go out. I can't just go out and
Anyway,
okay.
Couples. So make sure you apply. I'll put a flyer up tomorrow. Make sure you elevate by sjc@gmail.com if you're interested in a newlywed couple. We're gonna have a counselor on here. It's gonna be dope. Dope episode coming up soon. Make sure you guys hit me up. I didn't have it up today because it's a special edition. We got the teachers. We got the Google Classroom in the background. Shout out to Google. But make sure you hit my social handles. All of them Elevate by SJC. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Patreon. The next 10 patrons that's applied to my Patreon account, I'm gonna give you a shout out and a free shirt. Elevation requires separation. So make sure you guys, donate to the movement, support the movement. Okay, I'm sorry. Support the movement, right? It's gonna be nationwide. We are episode 5. It's been a long episode. One thing been taking a long time. Looks like, boy.
I know you better wrap it up. Come on, you better wrap.
I know Rhanice's laptop, but if it dies,
I knew you better wrap it up. We
Anyway, y'all got any social handles? Anybody if you want to contact you guys as far as any questions about being a teacher? What's your social handles?
Mine is Just It Design Shop. It's JESS It's Design Shop on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, email.
TikTok.
Yeah, some of my younger crafters out there.
Oh, okay. What about you, Kolecia?
I have a Facebook, Kolecia Shantae. That's about it. I don't really. There's really no need to find me, but Facebook.
Rob, what you got over there?
Google. I don't email. I don't use social media.
We're gonna put Rob back on social media as soon as this show over.
We're gonna have a following.
Well, now we really appreciate you guys, man. No, you guys, got to teach in the morning because it's not my ministry. Oh, my bad. Tony, what's your social handles? I forgot, baby. I'm sorry. You important. You kind. You smart. You smart and you's important.
Yes. Listen.
Look, Rod laptop and died.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Social media handles is at Hot Wicks on Instagram, Hot Wicks and Scents on Facebook, Pretty Printing on Facebook, Miss Hot _1 on Instagram. I mean, I could just keep going on because I'm about that life.
Well, cool.
But no, visit
Right.
hotwicksandcents.com.
Hot Wicks and Scents. Y'all see it at the bottom. Hot Wicks. Make sure you get your Hot Wicks. We got candles coming out. Make sure you visit Grace Media Photography again. Jessica, what's yours again?
Hold on. What's Grace? Is it on Facebook?
Media with the E in media is a 3.
It's a what?
The 3. The E in media is a 3 and not an E. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, cool. So y'all make sure y'all hit them up. We're trying to get these black businesses. Jessica, hold it. What's your card say? Just It Design Shop. Y'all, she got some dope door hangers.
Look at the technology with the card.
Hey, I'm gonna hit you up as soon as it's over.
You better put that in the camera so people can scan it.
Yeah, put it back in the camera so people can scan it.
Here we go, guys.
I want to scan it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to put me on game.
I'm still building my website, but it's a start.
Hey, what you using, Wix or Shopify?
I'm using Square, actually. It's still
we're gonna have to compare because I'm using Shopify and I don't know about it, but I'm doing it because I'm doing it,
And I'm so young in the game, I don't even know to give a review right now.
I gotta get mine up and running because people give me up, man. Where can I get a hoodie at? Cash out for now, but it's coming. Right. It's coming. But anyway, we appreciate you guys. Ra, I'm sorry her laptop died. It's cool. We appreciate you, Ra. We love you. She ain't got no social handles anyway. She said Google. But until next time, guys, always remember elevation requires
separation.
We out. Peace.
Bye.